You know, the story of Adam in Genesis, it's one of those stories we all think we know, right? But what if I told you that buried inside the original Hebrew text, there's a kind of hidden technical blueprint, a code, and it reveals something mind-blowing, that there wasn't just one Adam, but two.
And what if the words male and female in that story, what if they have nothing to do with gender at all? What if they're actually technical terms for, well, for functional design? Like two parts of a system built for a very specific purpose. Well, today we're going to decode that system.
So here's how we're going to do it. First, we'll dig into the creation account to find this hidden code. Then we'll look at the two keywords that unlock everything. After that, we'll talk about the hardware of the first Adam and the software of the second. And finally, we'll see how it all leads to what you could call the ultimate memory, and what this ancient blueprint actually means for you, right here, right now.
All right, let's dive in. To find this code, we've got to go right back to the source, the original Hebrew. Because in that language, Adam is described as something, well, something way more than just the first man.
It's almost like the text is describing Adam as an integrated system, designed to perform a divine function. And the real key to unlocking this whole idea, it comes down to two little words. Words we usually translate as male and female, but whose original meanings are, well, they're a lot more technical than you'd think.
So let's get right to it. These are the two words that are basically the keys to the kingdom here. They unlock this whole blueprint. They are Zakar and Nekabah. Okay, first up, Zakar. Now, yeah, pretty much every translation says male, but its root meaning? It's memory, to remember. It's the active part, the seed of information. Think about it like this. It's like the stylus on an old record player. It's the part that actually reads the information from the groove. Zakar is the part that brings the memory, the data. And then you have its counterpart, Nekabah. We translate it as female, but its root word literally means to pierce or to bore a hole, like creating a groove. So if Zakar is the stylus, then Nekabah is the vinyl record itself. It's the part that is designed to receive and hold that information, and then play the music.
So here's the big aha moment. Zakar and Nekabah, they aren't two separate people. They're two complementary functions inside a single system. You've got the memory and the record, the seed and the receiver, the stylus and the groove. You could even think of it as the head and the heart. The point is, they're two parts of one whole, designed to work perfectly together. Okay, so we have this design concept. How does it actually apply to Adam? Well, let's start with what we could call version 1.0, the basic hardware.
So the text says this: first Adam was created in God's likeness. The Hebrew word is demuth, and this refers to the physical form, the raw nature, the instinctual being. This, my friends, is the hardware. It's like having a brand new top-of-the-line computer. It's powerful, it's beautifully designed, it's got a basic operating system, but it's just sitting there, waiting for the essential software to be installed before it can do what it was really made for.
So there he is, the first Adam, an instinctual being. All the hardware is in place, totally ready to go. The verb used here is bara, which describes the whole journey of building something, creating the potential. But here's the problem. There's a huge vulnerability. The correct software isn't running yet.
And that, of course, brings us to the necessary upgrade, the second Adam. But get this, it's not about a new machine, it's not a hardware refresh, it's all about installing the right software. This second Adam is defined by being in God's image, or tselem. And this is where it gets really, really cool. Tselem doesn't just mean a snapshot or a physical picture. The root of the word means shadow. Think about what it means to learn from a master. You follow in their shadow. You learn under their tutelage. This image isn't about looks, it's about acquiring knowledge directly from the source. This is the software package. Okay, so this chart just lays it all out side by side. You've got the first Adam, his essence is likeness, Demuth. He's the hardware, the OS, he's instinctual. The verb is bara, to create. Then you have the second Adam, his essence is image, tselem. He's the software, the app, he's knowledge-based. And the verb is asa, to make or do. See? It's not two different people, it's two stages of one complete design.
And even the verbs used in the text back this up. Bara is this huge grand process. It's about creating the potential, building the hardware from scratch. But asa is different. It means to make or to do. It's a specific action. It's the act of taking that hardware and installing and running the software. So if we are the hardware built in this likeness,
But we desperately need the image software to function correctly. How do we get it? How is that software delivered? And that brings us right back to Zakar, because this is where the idea of memory becomes the absolute ultimate key to everything.
Because, according to this incredible blueprint, the arrival of the Messiah was the arrival of memory. He was the arrival of Zakar, the pure, perfect, uncorrupted memory of God's original design, delivered right into the heart of humanity.
So here's how it all connects. The Messiah acts as the perfect Zakar. He's the stylus. He shows up carrying the memory of God's entire plan. He is the true software, the image we've been talking about. And his whole purpose? It's to install that divine knowledge directly into our human hardware, our likeness, to restore us to our original intended function. You can really boil down our entire spiritual history into a simple 3-step process. Step 1. The hardware is built. That's the likeness. Step 2. A virus gets installed. Corrupted knowledge, a bad line of code from the Serpent. And then, Step 3. The true software, the image, is finally installed by the Messiah to clean up the mess and restore the whole system.
Okay, so what does all this mean? I mean, it's a fascinating ancient blueprint, but what does it have to do with you and me right now? Let's bring this all home. What we've really uncovered here is that the Genesis story, it's not just some ancient history lesson. It's a schematic. It's a timeless blueprint for how we are actually designed. We are the likeness, the hardware, and we were built to run the image, the divine software. We are, each of us, a complete system of Zakar and Nekaba, designed to remember and to record. And that leaves us with one last, and maybe the most important question. If your life is the hardware, designed with all this incredible potential, what software are you running? What memory are you tapping into? And what kind of music, what kind of record is your life playing for the world to hear?